Presentation of the WILEAG Accreditation Award to Janesville Police Department. We have tonight presenting the award Whitewater Police Chief Lisa Otterbacher. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Good evening. My name is Lisa Otterbacher. I am a member of the governing board for the Wisconsin Law Enforcement Accreditation Group, WILEAG. I am also the Chief of Police for the City of Whitewater Police Department, a fellow accredited agency. On the behalf of the WILEAG Governing Board, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to formally and publicly recognize the Janesville Police Department for achieving their accreditation by complying with the WILEAG accreditation standards. Accreditation is not unique to healthcare officials, educational systems, or business leaders. Accreditation is regarded as one of the key benchmarks for measuring quality and best practices for company disciplines. Yet today, becoming accredited remains a unique goal for law enforcement profession. Again, the Janesville Police Department continues to be an engaged partner of law enforcement organizations that have voluntarily complied with the core standards that exemplify professional policing. Janesville joins the ranks of 20 other law enforcement agencies throughout Wisconsin that have become accredited through the WILEAG Accreditation Board. Our compliments are extended to Chief David Moore for his willingness to pursue and maintain accreditation. Also to the department's accreditation manager, Rick Larson, for his management and oversight of the standards, and also to the entire staff of the Janesville Police Department. On Tuesday, March 25, 2014, the assessment team representing the WILEAG Governing Board arrived at the police department. Upon completion of the file reviews, the compliance was found to be in 206 applicable standards. The remaining 32 standards were deemed to be non-applicable by function, and there were zero standards found in non-compliance. During the public information session, the department enjoyed a number of positive and supportive comments shared on their behalf. 14 individuals spoke at the Public Information Center. The speakers shared a number of extremely positive comments about the department and spoke of their appreciation for the many partnerships they share with the members of the police department. The quality of law enforcement services provided by a police department is largely derived by the caliber of the personnel employed by the department. The WILEAG assessors had an opportunity to interact with many of the department personnel. Each of the interactions were positive and added genuine value to the on-site assessment. The members of the Janesville Police Department are very proud of the organization as they honorably serve the citizens of the Janesville Police Department. The following is a testimony from the team leader and Assistant Chief Rob Abramson of the La Crosse Police Department. I've been involved in accreditation for about 20 years, and I've never had somebody have a personal testimony that was a team lead. So this was very genuine and heartfelt from the Assistant Chief of La Crosse. The quote is, "The Janesville Police Department has been accredited by WILEAG law enforcement agencies since 2000. As a WILEAG assessor since 1999 and now a lead assessor and a previous accreditation manager for my agency, I feel that the Janesville Police Department supports the trusted values of the accreditation process. From line personnel all the way to the command staff, it is evident that the Janesville Police Department holds themselves to the highest standards of accreditation on their daily opportunities and operations. I consider the Janesville Police Department to be a model for other agencies who seek WILEAG accreditation." Signed, Assistant Chief Rob Abramson of the La Crosse Police Department. And I'd like to share the same comments by Chief Abramson. When the Whitewater Police Department began researching WILEAG accreditation, it was Janesville Police Department that we were quick to turn to. Janesville has become one of the select few mentoring agencies for the accreditation process throughout the state of Wisconsin, a true notable accomplishment. The department takes a great deal of pride in the WILEAG standards and supports professional policing. They indeed have a great deal to be proud of. Thank you for your time in allowing me to publicly recognize and appreciate the efforts put forth by the members of the Janesville Police Department. As a WILEAG Governing Board member, I appreciate your councils and city councils and city managers' endorsement of professional policing. Thank you for your time. Do you have any questions of me?
Any questions?
Okay. I'd like to present the award to Chief Moore. Congratulations. Well deserved.
Thanks, Chief.
My goodness, I expected a nice presentation, but Chief, that was very nice. Many law enforcement agencies hold themselves out to be professionals, but says who? By what standard and what supports this self-proclamation? Janesville Police Department can make this statement by virtue of the accredited status granted by the Wisconsin Law Enforcement Accreditation Group. But what does this mean to the community? It means our policy is up to legal and best practice standards, and we prove that we follow it. It's one thing to write it, and it's another thing to live it. Our officers are properly equipped and trained. The police department was able to prove that we've done the work and we walk the talk. I have another number of people to thank, certainly Chief Otterbacher for traveling over here to present the plaque on behalf of WILEAG, Deputy Chief Davis, Deputy Chief Olson, Secretary Karen Burdick, Lieutenant Rick Larson, Records Manager Tom Wolfram, Sergeant Brian Vaughn, Officer Lori Valley, Officer Aaron Dahman, Officer Chad Woodman, and Officer Amber Spade. It's this group of professionals that allowed us to get to this accredited standard. And I should tell you, this plaque, while there's many plaques that are handed out, this plaque is very important to the department. 3 years ago, we had earned a similar plaque, and we were rearranging our front office, the front entranceway, and we took the plaque down just for a few minutes to do some cleaning and things. And I had 3 officers march into my office wanting to know where that plaque was because they worked hard for it and they didn't want to see it going away. I said, look, we're just doing some cleaning. I'll get it back out there in a minute, guys. So it means a lot to the department, a lot to the officers. City Council and Manager Freitag, we want to thank you for your support. It is with your support that we're able to provide our community a highly regarded police department. So thank you very much. And if you would indulge us, we're going to do just a short photo op here for the city manager's office, and then we'll turn things over to you.
Absolutely.
Chief, want to come up, Brian?